We are the voice of reason. We are the enlightened one. We are the empowered ones. What can we do going forward? That's the question we are answering. Youth as architects of solutions, as co-creators, from outrage to co-creation. Yes, please proceed, Vice President.
Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Florence Achala,
Yes, Florence.
Deputy President, Taita Taveta. My response will be quite far-fetched from the question you've asked, but it is necessary that I say this.
Feel free to.
Yes, most of the issues we are facing as a nation and even in our counties are deeply systemic. What do I mean by systemic? They are rooted in the very structures of our institutions, our cultures, and what has been happening in the government over the years. Some have been there even since the colonial period up until now. So what we are trying to do as a country and even as leaders is treating the symptoms. It is like going to a farm, trimming the weeds and expecting them not to grow back. We have different problems. For instance, corruption. Corruption is not just about individuals stealing funds. It is about when going to look for work, they'll choose connections over competence. It is about nepotism. It is about impunity. When we look at police brutality, I've been born and bred in an environment of, my father is a prison warden, so we've been born and bred in that environment. And what I have seen growing up of what these police go through, from meager salaries that are expected to feed their families, from studying to eating and to everything, to dilapidated houses, mabati houses that rain, that water gets inside when raining. Most of these police, it might not be seen, but they do commit suicide frequently. So you can imagine someone who is mentally disturbed. Some of them suffer in alcoholism. They don't even go to work well. So imagine such a person going to the street. We are expecting for them to enforce law and order, but they kill someone. They won't even feel an inch of remorse, because this is something that's what I'm saying about the systems that have been there. We cannot just say that we will end police brutality by arresting that one police officer we found killing someone. Yet the issue is deeply rooted from where they come from their work. Some of them work for even 30 years without a single promotion, without a single raise in salary. Why doesn't the government at least allocate some funds to even raise their salary so that they can be able to live comfortably, upgrade their housing? Why would you do such a work in such a critical sector and you live in a mabati house that rains when it is raining, that is not comfortable? You have to raise a family, you have to do all that. So it is deeply rooted. Let us look at these issues from the roots. Let us try and solve them. You cannot treat a sickness by just treating the symptoms without looking at the root cause and dealing with it. I have just finished school, and I'm quite sure that it will be quite a hard task for me to get a job without connections, without nepotism. When people benefit from all these, Christians call corruption grace. Others call it connections. But it is these small things that make corruption to be deeply rooted and to be very and extremely difficult to do away with. We cannot just do away with all these issues with recycling leaders, with electing new leaders. It won't work. We need to challenge and to rebuild the systems. I was on the front line during Wednesday's maandamano. I didn't even know I could run that fast because I was running and helter-skelter. And fortunately, I was privileged to be interviewed by international media, BBC, DW News, France 24, and my message was one: we need a complete overhaul of the system. If we are to solve all these issues, we need to deal with the system. Otherwise, we'll just be doing zero work, coming to meetings for a whole week, speaking, same problems. Crying about police brutality, but we are not looking at the back of what is happening. Otherwise, we need, even as ACSAP, as leaders, we need to rebuild our culture of doing things. If it is transparency, if it is accountability, we need to rebuild everything. I am the vice president of KU. When I got elected, in October. I was very visionary. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I'm a person who cannot be bought. If I say no, I mean no. If I say yes, I mean yes. But when you get there, you find a system that has been existing for so many years.
Yes.
Things are done this way. If they say you go left, you have to go left. If they say you go right, like things have been existing for so many years that is not easy for us young people to challenge. So it is even these issues that are affecting us nationally. You get somewhere, and that is why you won't see many millennials and the older generation protesting. During the protest, I was talking about it on my status saying, I must go. I received so many calls from my parents, from my lecturers, from my friends, not to go. And I ignored all of them. Nikawambia nyinyi tulieni, I have been preparing for this day for so long, and not even my parents can stop me. And I went. I went. So, even in our even in our homes, you'd find that there's particular habits that have been there for so long and people are comfortable, especially the older generation. They are very comfortable. Our parents who are civil servants are very comfortable with the little salary they get, the loans they acquire to ensure we study and to do all things. They are extremely comfortable. And that is why not even soon we will be able to stop the Gen Z uprising. We are very fearless. I've never seen myself as fearless as I was on when a Teargas canister could be thrown at my feet. I just kick it and I go. So we are very fearless. That it will not be easy to stop us. We have what has been done in boardrooms. Our problems have not been solved. We have not been listened. So now we have to go to the ground where we feel it the most, where we will experience it firsthand. That is why it won't be easy, because we challenge the status quo. We challenge the systems. We are not comfortable. Personally, I am not comfortable with getting a 9 to 5 as a civil servant, getting a salary of like 20,000. Now I have to live off loans until I retire. That is not a life I am comfortable, and that is why I am preaching about a complete overhaul of the system to challenge and to rebuild it. Thank you.
She has brought in a very important discussion. Just to point out, Florence, you have been very strong and very sharing your experiences. Faith, maybe what I need to pick from her is the closer on what then needs to be done. What can we do? We are here. We are the young people. You are the one on the front line on Wednesday.